What's going on, guys? This is going to be a really important video, so I encourage you to stick around until the end. I have a ton of information to bring you guys, and this is very urgent. What if I was to tell you that we are all on the losing end of the world's biggest scam ever orchestrated? Would you not want to know about that? Would you not want to take action to protect yourself? Because the reality is we're all being robbed, and it comes down to our money. So most of us have no idea how our financial system works. We're all busy working for dollars, yet we don't even know how those dollars are created, how the financial system is structured, and how it's designed to actually steal our time and our energy. So I'm going to show you guys a few charts in this video, and I'm going to bring you some very critical information that shows you guys we are all getting ripped off. And the reason why I create this content is because I've spent the last 20 years working as a tradesman. I'm just an average Joe guy, just trying my best to make it in this world. And even though I've been busting my ass for 20 years, it's getting harder and harder to buy things like a house. Food's going up, gas is going up, the price of everything is going up, and we're all getting pushed into poverty. And there's a reason for that. It's because our money and the financial system is broken and is designed to steal our wealth and funnel it into the hands of a select few elite. And it's fucking disgusting. So I want to help inform you guys about what's happening so that you can take action, and we can all take action, and hopefully we can create a better system and embrace something like Bitcoin that's actually the magic bullet that will hopefully put an end to this madness. And what if I was to tell you Bitcoin actually has the ability to put an end to all war? That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's why I'm so passionate about Bitcoin, because it has the potential to change everything. And so much of this corruption and the reason everything's falling apart in this world is because our money is broken, and it's all a big fucking racket designed to steal our wealth. So I'm going to take you inside here, and I'm going to show you a couple of charts just to really highlight what is happening and why this is happening and what we can do to take action and protect our wealth and get out of this scam. So you're gonna have to apologize. Forgive me for this reflection and stuff here. It's just the easiest way to do this. But as you can see here, this little blue line is the US dollar money supply chart. So what that's showing us is that they're creating the money out of thin air. So back here in 1971, so right about here, Nixon took the US off the gold standard, which gave them the ability to create money out of thin air, and there's nothing stopping them. So there's no way to restrict them from how much money they can create. And look at what happened. They just started printing more and more and more, and this graph is going parabolic. And what they do is they print this money out of thin air and they give it to themselves. They give it to their buddies at 0% interest, and then they buy up all the assets. But people like you and I that actually work for a living, we have to work for this money. We have to give our time and our energy, and then we have to pay these guys tax on top of it. It's ridiculous. And meanwhile, they print it out. They're basically counterfeiting the currency and giving it to themselves. But you and I have to work for it. And if we were to create currency out of thin air, we would go to jail for a long time. So this is the scam that's happening, and most people aren't even aware of it. So every time this graph goes up, that means the purchasing power of our dollars are going down because there's more dollars in circulation and there's the same amount of goods and services in the economy. So it takes more of that money to buy the same good. And that is why we are seeing prices go crazy in real estate, in food, in gas, in energy, in rent. Everything is going up in price. And this is why, because they are printing this currency to the ground. It's a huge scam. They know the game is over, and this graph is going parabolic, and there's no signs of it slowing down. And what happens here, if I invert this graph, let me just show you this. This is essentially the value, the purchasing power of your dollars that you're so busy working for. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out what's happening here. But this, if this was a stock, and you knew, or this was the value of real estate and it was dropping this quick, would you hold on, or would you get out and get what little wealth is left, would you get it out of that system? Because this is what's happening. Every time they print the money, this is what's happening to the purchasing power of our dollars, and it's dropping, and it's almost going straight down now. So this is the end of a major scam that's been going on since 1971. It's been happening for 50 years now, and we're at the very end of this scam, and basically the currency's in free fall. It's collapsing. It's about to lose all of its value. So when I talk about Bitcoin, the reason for that is because Bitcoin is an alternative and there's a limit to the supply. They can't create it out of thin air. It's a way we can get control of our wealth, and we can get it out of the hands of these corrupt individuals who are just constantly devaluing our money in order to benefit themselves. So if we look at Bitcoin's chart here, look at this. It's going the opposite direction because it has a limited supply. And so as demand increases, then the value goes up. And there's no way for us to just keep printing more and more Bitcoin out of thin air. There's only ever going to be 21 million. And most of those Bitcoin are already in circulation. I think there's just over 3 million Bitcoin, or just under 3 million Bitcoin left to be created. But this is what happens when a money has a limited supply. The value is always going up. So it's the opposite from the US dollar, where the value is always going down because they just keep creating insane amounts out of thin air. So as you can see here with the US dollar, we're now at almost $22 trillion they've created. Most of those have been just in the last 2 years, and basically the currency is in free fall. So I don't care what you guys do, you can make your own decision. But if you look at these two charts and you see if this is the value, if I invert this scale, if this is the value of dollars, do you want to be working for those dollars? Do you want to be saving in those dollars when this is what's happening to the value? Or would you prefer to be in a currency which its value is doing this? It's always going up. I mean, it's up to you guys. You can make your own choice, but this is what's happening. And this is why I talk so much about Bitcoin so much, because it is offering a solution to this scam. I mean, these guys, it's just a complete scam what's going on. They can create the currency out of thin air. Sorry about the camera work here. And they're just buying up all the assets. But you and I are on the losing end of that. So the sooner we can divest from this corrupt system that enables them to fund war and all this other crap that's going on, the sooner we can convert our money into a better form of money and get it out of their hands, get it out of their control, then we can start empowering ourselves. And that's why I'm so passionate about Bitcoin. So I really encourage you guys to dig deep. I know it's annoying, it's hard work, but if you want to learn about what's going on, it's not going to be easy, but I encourage you to check out some of my other content. I encourage you to push through the difficult parts, because if you're not going to pay attention, you're getting pushed into poverty. There's no way to sugarcoat it. We're all getting pushed into poverty because our dollars are getting destroyed, and most of us can't even afford to get into something like real estate or another form of wealth storage that isn't at the mercy of these corrupt individuals. So I hope that video made some sense, and I really hope you guys check out some of my other content, and I encourage you guys to really stick with it and really dive deep into this, because you do want to figure out what's going on. You don't want to end up just stuck in poverty with the masses. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next